Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 47 of Gains, and this one is titled Foiled Match. As you pulled the cuffs out, he spun and threw an explosion at you, hitting you straight in the stomach and sending you flying backwards. But Kiri was there in a split second and had grabbed you, and then hardened himself so that he could protect himself from the impact with the ground. Bakugou was on the offense now, and was flying straight for you both, but the buzzer sounded then, and he faltered slightly. You quickly rolled out of the way and he landed on Kiri, the two of them grappling on the ground. "It's done! It's over!" you shouted, trying to break through their scuffle with your words, but Bakugou was still at Kiri, trying to grab and punch him. "Hoi!" you screamed, creating a light in your palm and then releasing it, hurling it at Bakugou's back. It hit him square between the shoulder blades and he grunted, his attention being thrown enough for Kiri to kick him off and get away a bit. You all sat in a triangle formation, panting furiously. "Well done, first team! No one won, but perseverance is a good trait to have," the voice of Present Mike called over the arena's intercom. You dropped your head and groaned. I was so close. I reacted too slowly and also let my guard down. I need to constantly think that they always see through my plans and be one step ahead, you thought. Getting to your feet, you walked towards Kiri. "You okay?" you panted, extending a hand to him. "Yeah," he panted back as he let you pull him up. "Katsuki," you called to the other person in the arena. He had his head down, shoulders rising and falling with his breathing as sweat dripped down his arms. Slowly he raised his head, glowing red eyes piercing into Kirishima's beside you. "I haven't lost to you," he growled out to Kiri. "We all lost," you called back in confusion. Why did he have to be so competitive all the time? "I'll never lose," he growled again as he pulled himself to his feet. "I'll be standing where you are." You just looked at Kiri, confused, but Kiri had a look on his face that he seemed to have understood what was being said, and you cocked your head curiously. What on earth was going on with these two boys? Another call came over the intercom for you all to come to the observatory so that the next team could come out, and you did so, all walking back towards the building. You knew you were going to feel this tomorrow. Everything was aching already. Inside the building, it was revealed to you that you were all a little worse off than you had expected, and after a quick inspection from Present Mike and All Might, you were all sent to the infirmary to get some healing from Recovery Girl, as well as to rest there for a bit. You had come off the worst, so the second your head hit the pillow after being seen to by Recovery Girl, you passed out. Kirishima was in the bay next to you and watched you sleep peacefully while Bakugou lay on his back, staring at the ceiling with a scowl on his face. He needed to up his game. Once you had recovered, you all went to All Might to have a talk about how the training had gone. You already knew what you needed to improve on and entered the staff room with a polite smile on your face. "Have a seat, Miss Yin," he said politely, still maintaining his form, with a big smile on his face. "Mr. All Might," you greeted politely with a bow, taking a seat opposite him. "You seemed a little rushed out there," he commented, opening the conversation for you. Yes, sir. I didn't really have a game plan, but once I figured out that it was Bakugou that I needed to capture, I had a goal. But even then I wasn't prepared well enough. I was rushed, and I acted too slowly, but I will improve," you added. "I already have reflected on my actions." "Well done," he said with thumbs up. "Self-reflection is good. We have your tape ready if you want to go and have a watch." "Oh, yes, please," you said eagerly. "Wonderful, you can go now. Also, your quirk ability has improved. Commendations for that," he added. "I was unaware that you could release the light from your body and suspend it." Sir, to be honest, I didn't know I could do that either." Your sweat dropped. "But I'm committed to improving, so I will continue to work on my quirk and its abilities." "Well said," he said at the end, and then dismissed you. You went to see your tape then, while Kiri and then Bakugou were brought in to talk with All Might, but Bakugou was kept in there the longest. All Might had noticed that there appeared to be more going on than just a training exercise. Watching your video was good. You did indeed look very lost, but you were surprised at how good you looked on camera using your quirk. "Dang, I actually look kind of cool using my quirk," you thought, and my legs look slimmer too. Watching the tape back made you feel better about yourself as a whole more than anything else, and needless to say that was about as much training as you could handle for that day, so you and Kiri had to postpone your gym training that was supposed to happen in the afternoon until a much better time. That next morning, when you woke up, you thought that you had been stabbed and punched multiple times overnight. Sure, the wounds from Bakugou's attack had gone, but the muscle aches still remained. With a groan, you rolled out of bed and onto the floor. Why is it like this? You huffed as you hauled ass off the floor. It's a good thing I'm heading home tomorrow. I'll treat myself to some good food for all this idiocracy. Why do I do this to myself? You wobbled to your feet and then got to the shower to try and ease your aches and pains with some hot water, but it was only temporary. Getting into your school uniform, you headed to the door and off to school. Things were a little steely between Bakugou and Kiri, and you couldn't help notice that Bakugou was a little sulky, looking out the window with his chin slumped into his hand and a band-aid across his nose. As you sat down, you remembered Jiro talking about how Bakugou had a thing for you, and it suddenly all clicked. Wait, is he a little jealous of Kiri? Is that what this whole thing's about? You sat there looking at the side of his head, but then looked at Kiri when he turned around to say hi to you. Bakugou never looked over. Ooh, sulky baby. Stay tuned for chapter 48 coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.